Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by. If you guys like my North American promotional stills and lobby cards for Friday 13th, 1980, I have a feeling you guys are really going to love this video. Basically, right now I'm coming at you with a video to showcase these, as far as I know, they're Yugoslavian lobby cards for Friday the 13th. 1980, and I measured them, and seeing as how it's, I don't know if they go by the metric system or whatever they go by there, but regardless, I measured these by inches and stuff like that, and looks like they come out to be roughly 6.5 inches by 9 and 1/4 inch in size for these particular Yugoslavian lobby cards for Friday 13th, 1980, first one. I don't think they're in any particular order. They're not numbered like the North American ones, but this one is, of course, an alternate angle of Brenda saving, or thinking she's saving Nettie, of course, when he's just this whole time playing a prank just to get a smooch from Brenda's luscious lips. So this is the first Yugoslavian lobby card. I'm not exactly sure if what I have is a complete set. One can only hope and imagine what I'm going to show you is a complete set. This one's really cool. The photographer that shot the ones for the American lobby cards is just in the same position and probably just kept on snapping photos as the scene progressed, but instead of her reacting to the arrow striking the target right nearby her, it's later on, a couple, a second or two later on in the scene, where she's like, "Are you crazy?" So this is a cool alternate, an additional still compared to the ones that were featured in the North American lobby cards. It'd just be so, me being a huge Friday 13th, 1980 fan, I would love to see every single still snapped for this movie, and this is just an example of another still, when you compare it to the North American lobby cards, as I said. This is really cool, although I'm not a huge fan of flash photography. This is obviously looks like a shot taken with a flash of behind the scenes. Well, it's kind of like an action still, I guess, of the character of Annie moments before she has her throat slit. If you know anything about the production of Friday the 13th, obviously these hands are most likely Tom Savini's assistant. Is it Tasso? Possibly his name, something like that, who is, when you don't see Betsy Palmer's face on screen, I think one can only assume the legs and or hands and stuff, arms or whatever that you see of the character of Miss Voorhees is performed by him. In this case, he's filling the role of Mrs. Voorhees in moments before slitting young Annie's luscious throat. This is really super cool. The deleted death, which as a huge fan of this movie, I'd love to be able to actually see the scene. One can only assume it was shot because, they've got this still here of the character from the beginning of the movie dying, actually having her throat slit. So being a huge fan of Friday the 13th, 1980, it being one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie, it would be a real thrill to actually see this deleted scene if it was in fact shot, which I can only assume it was. I think this is pretty much the same shot, if not it looks like pretty much the same shot of Annie jumping out of the CJ7. It's cropped kind of weird, it's the same kind of image that was featured in North American lobby cards, but I don't know if it's additional, a different picture or not, but as I said, it's not the best lobby card because it's cropped kind of weird. This is not too common of a shot here of good old Steve Christie on the shore of Camp Crystal Lake as he's working on that tree stump just before Nettie and Jack and Marcy arrive to help him tip the tree stump over, as Steve Christie is preparing Camp Crystal Lake for a summer of fun-filled camping entertainment, which of course would be cut short by one Mrs. Voorhees. This is cool, although the tint or whatever of the Jeep is incorrect. The Jeep appears to be greenish when in fact, at least in stills that I've seen and in the movie, of course, it's blue. This is a cool alternate angle or different angle of the scene, or the scene or point in time where Steve Christie is just telling the kids what to do and is about to drive off. Of course, this would be the last time that any of these kids would see Steve Christie alive. But just another cool alternate angle of me being a Jeep enthusiast and a CJ7 enthusiast. Obviously this picture is really liked and appreciated by me. And this is a real fun one. In the last of the Yugoslavian lobby cards that I have, it's Betsy Palmer as a psychotic Mrs. Voorhees in a very, very fun psychotic pose there with a psychotic face. So basically Betsy Palmer, took this role to get just an easy $10,000 to either fix or replace her Mercedes-Benz or whatever, assuming that no one would ever see this movie. It'd come and go, and little unbeknownst to her, or to everyone's surprise, including hers, it would probably be the role that she was most remembered for. So how ironic is that? But before I end the video, I will say that they're not like the North American lobby cards in that they have a little. They're more like just paper. The North American lobby cards actually kind of have more of a card thickness to them, like maybe a little more of a cardboard, whereas these are just really flimsy kind of paper stuff. But regardless, or nonetheless, it's definitely fun to have those. As I said, being a huge fan of Friday the 13th, 1980, I just eat up every single frickin' alternate angle or every behind the scenes photo or every production still that I can get my hands on. I mean, it's really, really fun to see alternate shots, alternate versions of stills that you're familiar with and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little look here at the Yugoslavian Friday 13th, 1980 lobby cards. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.